time for the 1245 edition of our program. Thanks so much for listening to us on one of these 14 affiliate stations or on our website or our Facebook page. The website's downonthefarmradio.com and the Facebook page is Down on the Farm Radio on Facebook. Let's take a look at ag weather across Down on the Farm country. We'll begin in the very northwestern region with the National Weather Service office in San Angelo. Mostly sunny and hot. Southeast to south winds 5 to 15, 96 in Abilene, 95 in San Angelo, 96 in Junction, 93 in Ozona, 94 in Sonora. As we look toward Friday, partly cloudy, highs 96 to 98, lows 71 to 74. Neighbor, as we look toward the balance of Down on the Farm country, let's head toward the National Weather Service office for San Antonio and Austin. We're looking for a 102 in Del Rio, 97 in Hondo, 98 in New Braunfels, 97 with a chance of a thunderstorm in places like LaGrange, Cuero, Giddings, and Pleasanton. And hot as always down in Carrizo Springs, they're going to hit the century mark. Neighbor, we'll take a look at those commodities of ag interest right after this from McCoy's. Neighbors, let's talk about a very helpful website, McCoys.com. That's McCoy's Building Centers. They're Project Central. In fact, you can go to their DIY ideas page and get all kinds of ideas, whether it's adding a deck or building a raised bed. In fact, their backyard projects icon is one of the best to tackle a weekend project. Outdoor spaces, just click on the deck design plans. Everybody has problems with a garage and workshop. Believe me, I know. Mine's pretty messy. Just hit the Storage Solutions icon, or if you need yard care and landscaping help, Outdoor Plans is going to help you, and it's all at www.mccoys.com. That's McCoy's Building Centers all over this region. Find the one near you at mccoys.com. Now, neighbor, let's look at those commodities, remembering that these prices are delayed, so do not use them to make a trade. December corn, $5.23.5, up 3/4. November beans, $12.81.5, up 3 3/4. December Kansas City hard red winter wheat up 3 at $7.07 even money. December number 2 cotton up 98 at $93.25. October live cattle down 40, $127.17. October feeder cattle down 262, $165.42. October lean hogs down 15 at $90 even money. U.S. dollar index, the September contract down 189 points at 92.26. Your December gold down $1 and a dime, $1,814.90 by the ounce. And October West Texas Intermediate crude up 174 at 70.33. Neighbor, there's your commodities of ag interest. Neighbor, now it's time for today's edition of Texas News and Views. We'll get that right after we get a word from the sponsor, your Texas Farm Bureau Insurance Company.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to find an insurance agent who's a true neighbor. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Hours of service exemption extended for livestock haulers. I'm Kerry Martin with Texas News and Views on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration has extended the exemption from hours of service requirements for livestock haulers. The move was advocated by the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, and the organization says livestock haulers continue to need the flexibility for the well-being of livestock during hauls and to keep grocery stores stocked with beef during the continued disruption of COVID-19. NCBA says livestock haulers have been operating under an hours of service exemption since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic while maintaining a strong safety record. Current hours of service rules allow for 11 hours of drive time, 14 hours of on-duty time, and then require 10 consecutive hours of rest. However, livestock haulers need flexibility to protect the welfare of the animals they're hauling. The most recent extension will continue through midnight on November 30th of 2021. Texas beef producers are feeding hungry kids. Jessica Domel tells how.
a program that works to combat childhood hunger in Texas, recently received a $105,000 donation from the Amarillo area beef community. The donation to the Snack Pack for Kids beef stick program will be used to provide much-needed protein in bags of food that go to students in need over the weekend when school-provided meals are not available. Dyron Howell, founder of Snack Pack for Kids, says the Amarillo area beef partners continue to step up to serve their communities. He said that over the past 3 years, the Beef for Kids Classic Golf Tournament has raised more than $350,000 for the beef stick program. For the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network, I'm Jessica Domel.
Pecan growers get another 5 years to promote the benefits of pecans. The news came down at the annual meeting of the American Pecan Council this week, where USDA announced the results of the referendum held back in June for the continuation of the American pecan industry's federal marketing order. Mike Adams of Caldwell, Texas, is chairman of the American Pecan Council.
We're excited. We were pleased that our activities, marketing, promotion, data collection, all of that has been validated by the referendum, the vote among the growers. And so that's always gratifying, in some regards humbling, that we've got a growing community that believes in what we're doing and is going to give us 5 more years.
Promotion and marketing efforts were started from scratch 5 years ago after a referendum vote provided the opportunity to set up a self-promotion program for those involved in the pecan business.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has protected fellow Texans with auto, home, health, and life insurance since 1952. With more than 260,000 square miles of land and 27 million people, that's a lot to cover. Whether you're wrangling cattle or wrangling kids, we're proud to protect Texans in all Texan ways of life.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to get insurance for Texans by Texans. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
I'm Kerry Martin on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
Neighbor, it's about time to serve lunch. Let's get Hop Sing to ladle out that gravy on the chicken fried steak. I'll put the cold cucumber salad in a bowl beside your plate, and I'll pour you a glass of iced tea. Hop Sing, while you handle that part of it, Carl Herman will handle the livestock market operator report. Carl, how'd you sell them in Caldwell?
We had a good sale yesterday. Larry had 950 head for 135 consigners on a steady cow and calf market with 46 buyers on hand. We had 100 cows and bulls, slaughter cows 30 to 77, slaughter bulls 75 to 105, stocker cows 875 to 1100, and pairs 10 and a quarter to 1325. On the calf side, the steers, 2 to 3 weights, 150 to 175. 3 to 4 weight steers brought 155 to 202. 4 to 5 weights, 154 to 195. 5 to 6 weight steers brought 140 to 175. 6 to 7 weights, 136 to 155. And the 7 to 8 weight steers, 130 to 140. On the heifer end, 2 to 3 weights, 130 to 140. 3 to 4 weight heifers brought 140 to 205. 4 to 5 weight heifers, 141 to 172. To 5 and 6 weights, 136 to 175. The 6 to 7 weight heifers, 131 to 155. And the 7 to 8 weights brought 120 to 136. Overall, had a good day. Had pretty good strings of calves yesterday. Big calves, a lot of big calves weighing over 6. We look forward to next week.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you for next week.
Okay, my number is 979-820-5349. Call the barn, 567-4119. If you're in the Giddings and surrounding area, call Max Ebner at 540-8676.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Neighbor, be sure to grab yourself a couple of bottles of water as you head out the door. Don't want you getting dehydrated before you come back for a collage this afternoon. More down on the farm at 3:45. Texas grains through Corpus in September. Milo, D's plus 65, 10.50. Yellow corn through Corpus in September. D's plus 70, 5.92 and 3/4. Hard red winter wheat through Houston in September. D's plus 80, 7.75 and 1/4. And Houston beans September-October delivery. November less 30, 12.37 and 3/4. Neighbor, we moved cotton in Texas. It was all East Texas product. 2,329 bales. Prices went from $89.65 to $92.50. Neighbor, looks to me like that's it for the best darn farm show in 100,000 square miles of the great state of Texas. No brag, just fact. I'm Larry Marble and you're my neighbor. Neighbor, I hope to see you back for a Kolach, a cup of coffee, glass of iced tea this afternoon. In fact, Hop Sing will pull them out of the oven. I'll pour the iced tea about the time we see you turn off the blacktop.